Hi, my name is Louis Belland. I'm partner at Heike Struggles, and I'm delighted to welcome Heike van de Kerkhof, CEO of Archroma, a global specialty chemicals company. Heike, welcome. And thank you for spending the time with us today and sharing your experience. The first question I would like to ask you, Heike, is about you and your team. Half of your executive team is what we call diverse. And this is pretty unusual in the specialty chemical sector. So could you tell us how you've been building this team and what impact does this have on your strategy?
Yeah, thanks, Louis, first of all, for inviting me and for asking this important diversity question. Over the years, I have built and nurtured also a very diverse external global network. And this takes a lot of time, but I always felt this is very important to have the bench strength. Then the other thing is we work with executive search partners. And we together, we need to be fully aligned on the expectation for an appointment. And for me, the expectation are always related to a gender pool of 50% as one of the key success factors. Also, if you think about your own organization, investing time in coaching and mentoring your organization on diversity, the belief system, is of the utmost importance. And then lastly, I want to talk about setting goals. You need to set objectives and goals for your leaders all through the organization. And you measure them on these targets, and you must tie the target performance to their remuneration. Because I'm a big believer, what gets measured also gets done. And what I have learned over the years is that if you have these measures in place and you execute flawlessly, you actually step change EBITDA and cash generation.
Yeah, very interesting. And beyond the numbers and the measure, how this diversity agenda has changed also the culture of the company?
Yeah, Louis, I have to be very honest. It takes time to change a company culture. But what we see in Archroma, we start to see much more open feedback and also dialogue, what is very important to me. And also we get a broader perspective on topics such as sustainability. And then if you think about gender, origin, culture, they can bring new ideas. They enrich your strategy on an ongoing basis. And what is very important that our diverse slate of talent, they know they can advance in Archroma because we have made promotions for them happen. And then I want to just tell you one other proof point. You know, some people say when you come new to a company and you articulate a slogan, everybody does a theme or a mission. And what I did is I did something very simple. I went out there and visited before COVID time. I visited really out of my 26 manufacturing sites, I visited 14. I visited most of my staff. And basically this new mission, everybody sells. When you explain it to all functions, to all regions, that no matter what job you have, we are in pursuit of everybody sells and everybody delights the customer. And this was very successful and led to share gain and a very agile organization.
Great. And you've mentioned sustainability here, and I know sustainability is really at the heart of Archroma's purpose. At the same time, Archroma is also private equity backed. So how do you balance the financial objective of a private equity fund with your objective of sustainability?
You are fully right to bring this question up because indeed, investors and financial stakeholders, they increasingly expect companies to strike the right balance between ESG and financial results delivery. And I want to tell you that our owner, SK Capital, fully supports the Archroma sustainability vision and industry leadership ambition, and also invests in sustainability because they see that we can step change results with sustainability and achieve much higher margins.
On this sustainability topic, what challenges do you see in terms of talent? Do you see some evolution in terms of talent you need and how you can attract talent to sustain your strategy in this regard?
Yeah, excellent question, because we all know that the chemical industry has a reputation challenge when it comes to sustainability, definitely. In addition, sustainability talent is in very high demand across all sectors. And by positioning Archroma as a sustainability leader and with our passion for sustainable business growth, our diverse organization and also our brand and the industry recognition we have, we believe we are an attractive employer for talents who look for meaningful and impactful jobs. And I want to tell you that we focus also in the future with our continued investment in R&D, which enables system solutions which are increasingly specific and specified by eco-conscious brands. And I want to name a few of our customers: Patagonia, G-Star, Esprit, just to name a few. In total, we serve over 100 brands.
Right. And what skills you think are required to lead a company or part of the company on this sustainable journey?
I would first like to say it is vision and courage to challenge the status quo and also to try new approaches and business models, very important. I also believe strongly that a leader needs to have a personal conviction. And I have this personal conviction that a sustainable business is the only way forward. And we need to combine it with the ability to mobilize the entire organization around the execution of your sustainability vision. And also, very important, we need to walk the talk, because everybody, this is transparent. Every stakeholder and the internal organization, everybody sees what we do. So for example, at Archroma, we focus our CapEx and our R&D investments only towards development of our sustainable collections and other critical ESG targets, such as emission reductions, water and waste management.
You've mentioned SK Capital as your shareholder, and not only are you the CEO of Archroma, but also SK Capital has made you their representative or their strategic advisor, say in everything related to ESG and diversity for the portfolio companies of SK Capital. So what are the criteria that SK Capital is using, either in ESG or in diversity, to assess, evaluate their portfolio and to continue to grow their portfolio? How important it is and what criteria do they use?
Yes, Louis, we created an SK Capital Partners Sustainable Investment Committee first, and then the committee established a policy to ensure ESG and diversity are fully integrated into the investment process, which is very important for SK Capital. And our focus is on environmental and social and governance matters, and in particular, on climate change, consumer health, and fair labor practice. But at the same time, we believe diversity and inclusion at all levels of the organization, including the boards, will become more important as an investment criteria. And on the supply chain side, I just want to mention as well, investors increasingly expect companies to address emissions end to end, meaning involving all value chain partners upstream and also downstream.
Do you see upcoming trends in terms of ESG for the next 3-4 years?
Yeah, yes, we do. One fundamental trend is the consideration and integration of non-financial metrics into mandatory reporting frameworks. And you know that the EU is leading this effort with the reform of non-financial reporting directive. Other market and consumer trends that have been confirmed by our recent stakeholder survey are really on increasing focus on circularity and also, very important, preserving biodiversity. And as mentioned earlier, as a global player in Archroma, we monitor closely the regulatory situation in relation to fair labor practice and minorities, and SK does the same thing. This regulatory situation gets as a trend spotted and followed very rigorously.
So we've talked about diversity, we've talked about sustainability, two very hot topics that are not always linked to the chemical industry, but you've demonstrated that in your case it's very much heart and center of your strategy. There is a third element which we hear a lot in the market is digitalization. So I'm interested in understanding how digitalization has impacted your operations, but more broadly also the two other topics we just mentioned, sustainability and diversity in your organization.
So we started our digital journey already several years ago with a comprehensive vision to lead step change in all our core business functions and processes. This is from CRM to product stewardship to data analytics and governance. And besides improving the customer experience, a major benefit of digitalization is its potential to significantly optimize processes and resource utilization, as you can also see in our sustainability reports.
Thank you, Heike, and thank you for your time to share with us. That was very interesting. Thank you very much.
Thank you also. It was my pleasure.